Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the next session of our international webinar series. I, Dr. Nilakshi Jain, Research Coordinator, Shah and Anchor Kutch Engineering College, Mumbai, India, welcomes you all. Today, in this topic where our honorable speaker is going to speak, I have one quote. So the quote is, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old but on building the new. And today George sir is going to teach us how we can make something new in this situation. So to take forward the session ahead, I will request webinar coordinator Ms. Shwetambari Pawar, Assistant Professor Shan Anka Kutch Engineering College, Mumbai, to take the forward session. Shwetambari ma'am, now complete stage is yours. Please take the session ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. I, Shwadamri Pawar, moderator for this evening, welcome you on behalf of Shan Anka Kutch Engineering College. With great pleasure, I would like to introduce you to our speaker, Dr. Jorge Daly, who is going to talk on the world economy post-COVID-19. I'm sure everybody will be eager to know about the economic status of the entire world that has been shaken because of the COVID-19. Our speaker, Dr. Daly, is a lecturer in ethics, business, and international economy. He holds a PhD in political economy and MBA in finance. Dr. Daly delivers lectures and workshops to business leaders and business associations on practices of ethical leadership. At present, he is a faculty member of the University of North America, where he teaches economic policy, management, and business ethics. Dr. Daly's professional experience spans several countries across the world, all Latin American countries except the exception of Cuba, and selected countries of Western, Central, and Eastern Europe, the Balkans, the former Soviet Union, the Middle East, Africa, and Central, South, and East Asia. He has developed professional expertise in the evaluation of projects funded by the United States Agency for International Development and has exposure to projects implemented in fragile states. With the expertise he holds, I am sure we all will be waiting to hear from him. But before handing over to Dr. Daly, I would like to make an announcement to all my attendees that if you all have any questions regarding any topic regarding the topic, you can ask it in the Q&A section. The most frequently asked question will be answered at the end of the topic. Now I hand it over to you, Dr. Daly.
Good evening to all of you. What an honor, what a pleasure to be connected with you in these most important times.
Sir, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but your screen share has been stopped. Can you please share the screen again?
Is that okay?
Sir, can you please share the presentation? You have shared the Microsoft Teams screen.
Here? No.
Dr. Daly, do you want to start with the presentation or you want to talk first and then you want to share the screen?
I want to speak first, and I would like to start to put some slides.
Okay, so please go ahead, get started. And whenever you feel like sharing the slide, that time you can go and share the file. Okay.
Okay, so I can speak like this. Is it okay right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So again, as I was saying, I feel very honored. I feel very, very thankful for this opportunity to connect with you in these most important times right now. And what I would like to convey to all of you is a sense of urgency. First of all, it's a sense of urgency in light of the times that we are living right now. And ironically, that sense of urgency can be best expressed if we pause and take stock of the exceptional times that we are living right now. Basically, the world stopped. Again, I will repeat it. The world economy stopped. In my lifetime, and I'm pretty sure in the lifetimes of all of you, this has not happened before. And probably in world history, this has not happened before. So, yes, I want to convey the sense of urgency, but I want to underline that we need to pause and to reflect what is going on right now in the world economy as a result of COVID-19. And the way I would like to organize this presentation is as follows. I would like to highlight some facts, some tendencies that led us to this situation. Okay? Again, I would like to highlight the trends, some facts that can explain why we are facing this situation right now. Secondly, what I would like to do is to just share with you some, again, facts of the current situation, of what is going on right now as we speak. And third, I would like to close this presentation by trying to provide some ideas, some reflections better of the way ahead. Let me anticipate something. This crisis is going to pass. I'm absolutely sure about this. We do not know when it is going to pass, okay? But the key question is, what type of world economy are we going to have after this crisis passes? This is a very, very important question. In a nutshell, are we going to go back to our old ways, or we have to start creating something new that hopefully will express some very important lessons that we are learning and create a better world economy. So this is the way I'm going to organize the presentation, and I want to make sure that I will leave a time for questions and answers. So first of all, I would like to share some slides. Okay. I don't know if you can see this.
Sir, please share. You've not shared it yet.
It's not shared yet?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Share. Do you see something now?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet, I'm sorry. I want to share.
There's a small button in the center.
Now?
Yes, yes, yes.
You can see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much. So this is before, okay? Now, what I'm going to show you is something very, very, very important. And so please pay attention to this slide. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This slide is very, very, very important. It shows what is considered to be the world gross domestic product, the world production, basically since humanity started of many thousands years ago, okay, up to these times. And you can see that it started in 1870, world production increased dramatically, exponentially, okay? That means material prosperity. I'm going to show another slide related more to the United States, which is still the leading economy of the world. And you can see it also here, but from 1790, you can see how the production world gross domestic product, that means prosperity, increased exponentially in the last 250 years. I want to show you this. I'm pretty sure, do you recognize, if you don't recognize this city, I will going to tell you, it is the city of Shanghai of China. This picture was taken in the 1960s. Now you see the same city, Shanghai. What I want to underline is that in the last 250 years, but especially in the last 30 years, through globalization, the world economy increased exponentially, but exponentially. And as a result of that, we got very, 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 very rich. Very, very rich. China, your beloved country, India, Latin America, Eastern Europe, we all joined this way, this economic model, this way of doing business, which is based on free markets and on competition. Okay? But this has come with cost, with very, 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 very high costs. I'm going to show you some slides that want to dramatize the costs. And look at this. It's a picture of a glacier in 1913 and another one in 2012. Look at this. Now you see the Muir Glacier in Alaska, 1941 on your left, 2004 on your right. Look at this. This is the Rhone Glacier in France, and it is very, very dramatic. The comparison is not from 1913 to today, or 1941 to today, but it's from 2008 to September 2019. Okay, so I guess what I want to impress upon you is that the price in terms of the ecology, it's been enormous, that we have become rich. Again, material prosperity, but we have ignored these costs. Now, you may be thinking at this moment, but what does it have to do this with COVID-19? Of course it does. It does if we think planet Earth as a living organism in which nature, animals, humans, we all coexist together. Okay, everything is interconnected. Nothing happens in isolation. Everything is interconnected. Okay, so let me show you another slide. There's an increase in natural climatic disasters. Almost 80% of fisheries are totally fuel exploited, and again, these slides are related to the ecology. Okay, but we human beings, our economy is not just related to nature; it's also related to the economic systems that we build. We are related to each other. Business with workers, nations with another nations, okay? And what I'm going to show you dramatizes also something very important related to how we have been redistributing wealth. How have we redistributed wealth? And the next slides are going to put emphasis in the United States. Okay, what has been going on in the United States. Okay, so again, first we were talking about ecology. Now we are talking about our relationship between us. So in this slide, you can see that the share of global wealth detected by the richest 1% has been steadily increasing since the year 2010, from 44% to 50% in the year 2015. And mind you, as opposed to the 99%, which is in green, and you can see it there. Okay, that in other words, the world has been becoming more unequal. But this one is even more dramatic. It shows, what does it show? It shows that, I'm going to read it, is number of billionaires it takes to equal the wealth of the poorest 50%. I repeat, number of billionaires that it takes to equal the wealth of the poorest 50%. So in the year 2009, there were 380 billionaires that whose wealth was equivalent to the wealth of the poorest 50% in the world. Okay, and now it is 42. So I'm mentioning this, I'm showing this to you in order to elicit reflection from you. Just as I'm trying to elicit reflection by showing you those pictures of the glaciers, or of the fact that 80% of the total fisheries have been exploited, or the plastic that float our oceans. Okay, I want you also to take stock, just to reflect on this fact. What does it point to? Does it point to a normal way of doing business, a normal economy, or instead an economy that needs to be reformed? In this slide, it speaks by itself. In the United States, I'm concentrating in the United States, the federal minimum wage has not increased in 10 years. but the number of US billionaires have increased almost, has doubled, okay? So I have started with this because I want to dramatize facts that, in my view, are not sustainable. That something is going to give in, whether it is climate change or inequality that is not sustainable in the long run, okay? Now, I want to mention something very important. This process of rapid exponential growth in the economy has helped some countries to leave poverty behind. China is an example. India is another example. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is all bad. No, I stress this model, this way of doing business, this world economy, which is based on free markets and competition, has helped alleviate and eradicate poverty in so many countries. Southeast Asia, India, China, okay? But, or Latin America, where I come from, okay? But the question again is this sustainable, or do we have to do things differently? Okay? So let me move a little bit further. And take a look now to what is going on right now. Okay, so again, I'm highlighting some facts, and then I think I want to start with this one that shows the global deaths due to various causes and coronavirus. Very important. Very important. You can see in this slide that COVID is at the bottom. In January 2020, and malaria, malnutrition, homicide, Parkinson's, it's meningitis, influenzas are way in the top. Now, why do I want to share this with you? Because there are many people in the United States and in Europe and all over the world who are minimizing the importance or the lethal effect of COVID. And I want to show you this is from January to May, late May. Now we are in March. We're still in March. And by late April or early May, COVID, look at that. COVID is the first factor in global deaths until May 21st. This elicits reflection because this is very important. This is I think what I want to convey is that we have to take this seriously, and especially now that that the economy is in so many countries is being restarted again. But I'm not an expert in this, but I'm quoting experts. nothing, there has not been found a solution for COVID. Okay, so here, according to the IMF, the projected world gross domestic product is going to fall drastically for the year. I think it's 7%, and according to the loss of our economic paradigm, which relies on business and free markets, drastic drops in world production means less incomes and, most unfortunately, more poverty. That's the conundrum. So many countries that saw their poverty eradicated, poverty is going to increase again. But the world decided to stop in March or February, and this is for good reasons, in my view, and according to experts, many more people would have died. And I want to show you the next slide. It's very interesting. Look, take a look to this. This is concentrated in Italy. Italy, one after China, probably was the country that was most affected by COVID. The picture, the upper picture from March is from March to April in 2019. Look at the area of Milan. That is the industrial hub of Italy, Lombardia, Milan. Okay. A year later, look at this, because Italy got into a lockdown. Look at this satellite image. It shows pollution. There are sometimes words are totally unnecessary. Words are totally unnecessary. Look at this. So it means before COVID, our Italian brothers were polluting heavily their cities and their regions, but they were forced to lock down because people were dying. Hospitals were being overwhelmed. They did not have the capacity, so they were forced to lock down. Okay, and look what happened a year later. When I say lockdown, it's lockdown. That means not only people do not go out from their houses, also the factories shut down. You know what it shows? It shows that the only way that we have learned to do business, to carry out with an economy, is by polluting. And this one is closer to home, our beloved country, India. The top, look, the name of this slide is Strict Lockdown Measures Clear Indian Skies. And what it shows, it measures the nitrogen dioxide levels in the lower atmosphere, okay? The upper is January to March 2019, and the lower it is in March, April 2020, okay? So, let me go on, please. Take a look at China. How the industrial production fell further in March. Or the car sales in China. China stopped also. China stopped. And here, see, taking a look to this, because China became the industrial hub of the world, producing not just finished products, but also producing intermediate products and parts. So many industries in the United States, in other countries, had to stop as well because they were getting their products from China. I'm talking here about the supply chains, how the world has become, because of globalization, much more interconnected in production, in the economy, in business. And guess what? In coronavirus as well. Okay. It was the first time that we had a negative price in oil. Okay. I'm sorry, the volume of global trade decreased dramatically. And these are projections for 2020. Unemployment. This is scary. It is predicted that poverty is going to increase. Poverty defined as people who make less than $1.90 a day. Okay. Industry, with the exception of pharmaceuticals, basically industrial production went down, and paper, food is okay, chemicals also, but it makes sense that pharmaceutical industries are seeing their production go up. Also, Zoom, Netflix, Amazon. Amazon is one of the biggest winners, and what it shows, it is how the share price of Amazon is going back in comparison to the S&P 500, which is another measure for in the United States. This is the stock market. Okay. How about if I read this slowly? Amazon, whose market capitalization has increased over $90 billion during the COVID crisis. And adding $5 billion to Jeff Bezos' wealth, said recently that I care so much about social justice. This is because related to the movements in the United States about the killings of Black people, that they are donating $10 million, or that means 0.0008% of their market capitalization of $1.24 trillion to help social justice. Should we impressed or outraged? I leave it to you to reflect. Take a look to this. The fortunes of US billionaires increased by $565 billion between March 18th and June 4th, while the same 11-week period also saw 42 million Americans filing jobless claims. This webinar is not just about seeing facts, but for reflection. There is so much suffering right now in the world, so much pain, okay? Not only in terms of the people who have died and the families that have been affected, but of people who have lost their jobs across the world. And yet, there are people who are making billions of dollars. This is the normal, this is the world economy. This is the logic. This is the logic of the world economy right now. And I have again mentioning income distribution, the ecology, drop of production, unemployment, and people getting very, very rich. This is the logic. The question again, is this sustainable? Yes or no? Okay. So, how about if we take a look very quickly ahead of what lies ahead, okay? And what lies ahead definitely or hopefully has to be another economy or another way of doing business. And in order to put a framework in this brief discussion, because I would like to talk about you, to listen to your questions, I use this model, the Iceberg Model. What I've been talking, what we have been discussing, I have just shown you the symptoms: ecological divide, social divide, just the symptoms, what we see in the surface, okay? Right underneath is the institution, the institutional structures, our businesses, our governments, our health policy, that in a way that give way to the symptoms we see and try to provide solutions to the crisis we see with the same institutions, with our educational system, with our hospitals, with our businesses, and that's it, okay? But right underneath the structures, you see two issues that are totally invisible, but which nevertheless drive the logic of the economy and business, and it's the thought paradigm. Thinking makes the world, our way of thinking. And that way of thinking, of thought, is related to the source. What the source? Consciousness. May I tell you that one of the most reputed universities in the world, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which has given birth to so many Nobel Prizes, well, science departments and the business faculty are using this, what I'm showing just to you, to try to address these problems that I show you by trying to analyze, to investigate, not even the structures, but the thought processes that give way to the structures and the consciousness which gives way to the thoughts, okay? So from there, from the MIT and from other universities in the East Coast, in the United States, a new type of economic theory is emerging. It's called behavioral economics. And basically, it says, do we have a choice? Yes, we have a choice. And it starts by this. It starts, please pay attention. It starts by bending the beam of observation. Science, you know, in science, the objects that we analyze are out there. Take a look to that telescope on the left, okay? Out there, so you analyze that. We analyze the ecology, or we analyze the economy, or we analyze a business, or we analyze what the Indian government does, for example, or how the Indian government is responding to COVID, okay? But what will change things eventually is to bend the telescope to us, because we, all of us, create the system. All of us create the system. And the system that we have created, which is this world economy, which in so many ways was good for material prosperity, but that it is leading us to horrible problems in the ecology and in our social relations, that economic system can only be changed by bending the beam of observation to us, by seeing not out there, but by seeing within our social systems, including businesses and economy and governments, and by sensing it. It's not just seeing, it's sensing. Take a look to this quote. It's a marvelous quote. We cannot solve problems with the same kind of thinking that created them. This is the situation we are living right now. This is from Albert Einstein. We have no solution right now to this problem of the world economy and COVID-19. There's no solution. I'm going to correct myself. There's no solution with the thought, with the source paradigms that we were educated with. We are walking into the unknown. And into this unknown, our tools are not enough. That's the reason why the world stopped, how the economy plunged. Practically, perhaps with the exception of Singapore or Vietnam or South Korea or Taiwan, but the rest of the governments were not prepared for COVID-19. Okay, so again, we cannot solve the problems with the same kind of thinking that created them. That means that the economic test, the economic thought, economic theory is at loss right now. Okay? So something new has to emerge, a new kind of thinking to solve the problems that we have now. And getting back, do we have a choice? Yes, we do. This is, I am borrowing this material from the Sloan School of Management of MIT, in which people or persons, groups and organizations, we have a choice practically every moment in life to see things with an open mind, with an open heart, or with an open will, to be open, to be totally open. By doing this, or to close, or deny the reality that we are creating. For example, and I will say with much respect, the United States withdrew from the Kyoto Agreement about climate change. The current government of the United States is gutting the Environmental Protection Agency. It's a denial. It is a denial. It is a denial of what we are creating, in so many ways, the insanity that we are creating. Okay, So the new behavioral economics is trying to look into these things and to even to modify a way of learning. So it is, in a way, it is exciting. What is exciting? I'm sorry, man. Perhaps it's a word that not appropriate for the situation because there's so much suffering. But as very wise people say, every crisis brings an opportunity to change. And the question for us will be, in what direction should we change? Are we going back to, this is the original question, back to the old ways or not? And there are examples now of how it's called conscious capitalism, enterprises that want to do in a different way with respect to the ecology, with respect to other human beings, because come on, we are interconnected. Did any of you anticipate what is going right now in India and all over the world? No. We were happy-go-lucky with this issue of globalization and getting rich, and we did get rich. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything collapsed. So just a final thought, it is that we need to reflect, and there is a way out. Definitely, there are very good people who business leaders, they are economists who are thinking about try to do things differently in the world. But it takes, again, it takes this, and it takes this. I am optimistic. Okay, I will stop here because I understand there may be some questions. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much for making us understand how the current situation is and how it is affecting our lives and how there's a drastic change from the March 2020. And just to get over it, I think we all have to think out of the box to get over the situation and handle the economy. So,
what beautiful word you said, out of the box. Thank you for saying that. Out of the box. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, there are a few questions from the audience end. Please allow me to ask it to you.
Yes.
So, first question is, so according to you, how hard has the economy been hit?
How the word economy hit? Is that the question?
Yes, how hard, according to you, you think that the economy has been hit? I mean, how drastically it must have dropped down?
Oh, it is very, 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 very drastic. China stopped. China reopened, I believe, in February. The United States, I'm concentrating in the bigger economies. The United States is gradually reopening, but the economy has been hit, and drastically. It shows in the massive unemployment here in the United States. So many businesses are going bankrupt, and many of them will not come back, most unfortunately. Italy, Japan, basically all the countries will see a drop in total production, in gross domestic product, in this year 2020. And the other side of that, as I show you in those pictures is in those photos is that the ecology was improving. Okay, the ecology was improving. So when I listened, and thank you for the question, I how the economy has been hit. I am asking this find the questioner. Do not ever think the economy as separated from human beings. Let's not take a look at the economy as something abstract. You know, the economy is very much related to human beings. So the economy has been hit, definitely, and human beings are suffering. But as we saw in the presentation, some billionaires are making a lot of money out of this.
Yes, so we see the poverties have also increased, and the people are really in a really bad state.
Yes, yes.
So I have one more question for you, sir. Which all sector are affected the most as per you?
The well, at the beginning, it was definitely the natural the energy sector. We saw the price of oil. I showed you that they went into negative terms. The energy sector, because world production stopped, and there are so many firms in the United States that in the energy sector that are really, really, really struggling, but they are being rescued by the government. Something I didn't mention is, you know, all these bailout, these rescue packages that have been launched in the United States. So, but again, I don't want to drift. So it is the energy sector definitely has was hit. Then, then service sectors like restaurants, grocery stores, heavily hit, at least in the United States. The automobile, the car industry has been hit severely. One of my neighbors, for example, wanted to sell his car before COVID, and he's still parked there. He cannot sell his car. Sales in restaurants, retail, okay, the retail companies, retail stores, J. Crew, Neiman Marcus, Macy's, they were already under stress because of the electronic business, but now some of them have totally collapsed and are in bankrupt. So industry has been hit, services, banking, some banks, especially small banks, because small businesses in general, construction business is another sector that has been hit. Okay. On the other side, pharmaceutical industries and even the food industry has not been hit as much. I hope I am answering what you asked.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering the questions of the audience. On this note, I would like to make a small, I would like to offer you a small token of appreciation on behalf of Shan and Kakachi Engineering College. And this is the certificate, sir, for you.
Oh, that is, I am very touched, very touched by this beautiful gesture of yours. I carry your country in my heart.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is, I have many Indian friends. I have Indian students. You are wonderful people. I know you are going through hard times, but perhaps my final words, other than being very thankful, is just to tell you that you can count on me with anything within my power to be of service to you. Thank
So
you.
we're really honored to have you here, sir. So thank you so much. And now I would like to introduce to you all Mr. Kirit Udeshi, sir. He is the person because of whom we could have Dr. Daly with us for this webinar today. So now I invite Mr. Kirit Udeshi, sir, to address the attendees.
Hi, can you see me? Just trying to
Yes.
make sure. Oh, good. Thank you very much, Dr. Daly. That was really enlightening to all of us. And particularly in this strange time of COVID, the information you provided was very timely and very informative. Particularly the graphs and the pictures showing even 2008 till 2018 or something, how much drastic difference it has made in the environment and in the kind of whole nature, especially and also showing those pictures where the all the pollution has gone down in even in India and China and other places, and all that was really enlightening. I really enjoyed it very much. And we are really glad that we have partnered with Shine Anchor Kachi Engineering College. We at University of North America are very proud and looking forward for a long-term relationship and trying to help the students of Shine Anchor College to come and study with us, as well as their faculty to come and visit our facility and all that. As I've been saying, we are in Washington, D.C. area. Area has started opening up here. I know still the consulate in India is not open, but anytime you guys have any question, write to me anytime. My email ID is very simple, kirit.udeshi@uona.edu. We'd love to help you guys, whether you want to come to our college or you want to go to other college, doesn't matter. We are allowed to help everyone who has any question, any concerns, any issue, or want to know anything about it. But this is the best thing of the technology, that we are here in the United States, you are there in Mumbai, and we can communicate together at the real time and the same time. And that's what the technology has made it possible. So we want to really take this opportunity to thank Shine Anchor Kachi Engineering College, especially Dr. Nilakshi Jain, Anshwet, Shwetambriji, who has been working really hard behind the scene to make this thing possible. It's not an easy thing every day to do this multiple seminars and make everything easy. We have to do dry run with making sure the technology is working. We can communicate, and with all the different renowned speakers from United States and all that. So it's a really great initiative your college has taken. So just thank you, and looking forward for another great opportunity tomorrow, and looking forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to make an announcement to the attendees. We have shared the feedback link in the chat box. Please check that. You will receive e-certificates only after filling the feedback form. You will also get a mail regarding the feedback link. Thank you so much. And this is the tomorrow's schedule. We have Dr. Adolfo tomorrow, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening and have a good day.